So I've been doing the engine bay. I've made the fuel lines, the vacuum lines. I've got to put the heater hoses in. I'm going to have to wrap this. I think it's had some on there before by the feel of it, because the heater hose goes in under there, look, which is very close to that, so I'll have to put the exhaust wrap round that to stop the heat getting through to the heater hose. I've got to put Jubilee clips on the auto choke there. Got to rebuild the motor for the heater. I've got to run an earth strap. All the voltage regulators done, that's all in. I've got to do the brake switch that goes there and run a pipe down to run the brake lines. I've got to, these two wires here do your neutral stop start switch, so you can't start it in gear because it's automatic. All the throttle linkages done, all the heater linkages are done, and that's basically it in the engine bay. I've got to get some rubbers to go over the leads, grommet for the vacuum line. That vacuum line there comes down with the heater hoses, and that's all in and controls the heat valve there. So yeah, just little bits and pieces. I'll pretty much have that done by tomorrow, I would have thought, all the engine bay bits. I've got to put stay in down here, goes there, found that in the box of bits. Got to run another vacuum hose from there down to the canister underneath it. They just it's not a flow and return or anything, it just has a big canister that holds vacuum.
Yeah.
So you've got like a backup of vacuum in the system, because the wipers run off of it, and obviously your heater control runs off of it. But you've just got the one pipe going in, that one going to the heater. That's teed off and runs the wiper motor. I've rebuilt the carb, that's all done. Distributor's all rebuilt. Plumbing the rest of the gearbox and fire it up. So I've got to run, all the brake lines have got to be checked. All the wheels off, check all the brakes. Then they can be juiced up. I've rebuilt the master cylinder ages ago, so that's done. This, I'm going to have to drop this side back out because that window won't come up against that rubber, so I'm going to have to lower the whole window inside. Got to build the motor for this window, just getting those little bits made up that hold the brushes in the motors. Finish this door off, get the boot lined up because that doesn't shut properly. Check that the spats fit on, chrome mouldings down the side. Run the exhaust, get that bloody thing on the top of there. It's driving me nuts because I can't get it on there.
Dash and everything's all done?
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, dash is all done, yeah. Well, I've got to make, I don't know what it had on the front originally. This face here, I don't know what it had. Because there's a hole there which there's no switch for, and there's a hole there which there's no, but that might have been accessories for another model, you know. So I might make a little aluminium plate to go in there or something, maybe do that engine turning on it just to pretty it up a bit. Steering wheel's got to be done because that hasn't got the original nut on it, it's got a bolt in it where it's been bodged before. So
are they electric seats as well?
It's electric seats, yeah, got to wire them in. Well, it's only the front seat obviously. You've got up and down and backwards and forwards, I think.
Okay.
But that's only sort of 4 wires and a relay. That's nothing. Yeah, so once I get round to the door, and then that's finish all the wiring up completely and run the wires along here for the seat. But all of this is working on the switches now. All the vents are working. So it's just all got to be tightened up in there once it's in. Cover plates for there have got to be painted. Got to sort out some clips to try and hold this switch together for the electric windows. Just little bits and pieces, but a lot of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, running rail in there. They should have grommets. I've got to try and find a little grommet that will fit in there, stop that rattling around. You know, the bulk of it, it's just that door is the bulk bit that's left.
Yeah.
And I'll be on that hopefully tomorrow. Got to sort out the wipers because these aren't bolted in properly. There's no gaskets in them or anything, so they've got to have gaskets made. I've got a vacuum pump. I can actually vacuum pump it, the system out and make sure it works. I've done all the gear linkages, that's all sorted. Adjust the kick down, and that's all the gearbox in and fired up. Indicators are all working, horns are all working, interior lights I've got to get some bulbs for. It's just like I say, apart from the door and getting that rear quarter light lined up and the boot lid that doesn't fit, it's just little bits and pieces, like I said, you know. It's like banging your head in a brick wall, you've got to keep going, you know. Doesn't fit at all, but we'll do the same as what we did on the bonnet. You take this off and make sure the boot lid physically fits, and then you fuck around with your catch. Got to put the dipstick back on the gearbox tube. The bits that hold the sun visors on have got to be painted. The door cards, that one I had to take apart because it had been skinned. They've re-wrapped the trim over the original, so the door cards ended up being about that thick.
Yeah.
And you can't shut the doors properly, so yeah. And then just like I say, a bloody good clean. Got the rear overriders on. These should be painted in black. Petrol filler cap and the flap that goes over it, but they're all silly little things, you know. But this masking tape like that, it's been on there so long, you can't just peel that off. That'll probably peel the paint off, so you need to get the bumper off and soak all that, get it all soggy again, and then it will come off without ripping all the paint off, hopefully. Good day's worth of cleaning, she'll look nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.